Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Asha Sofia binti Salahuddin. My number matric is AA200812. I will explain about the introduction and objective of this report. I will start with the introduction first. The enormous BP Amoco Oil Refinery in Texas City was built in 1934 by a company called Pan American Refinery. This refinery uses ship and barge as well as the Colonial Explorer and the other pipelines for distribution of its product. The Texas City refinery was processed crude oils into some products that is gasoline, ultra-low sulfur diesel, petroleum coke and sulfur and many more. The hazard in this workplace is asbestos. Since the BP Amoco Oil Refinery was constructed so long ago, the facility contained plenty of asbestos. So workers at the Texas City Refinery were heavily exposed to it, since the mineral does break down with time and is eventually released into the air when materials that contain it are torn apart or accessed. So they were likely forced to inhale asbestos fibers. Though asbestos was once thought to be harmless, but the newly formed EPA, that is Environmental Protection Agency, began to recognize the health risks associated with asbestos exposure. Asbestos exposure is the chief cause of a rare and very serious form of cancer called mesothelioma. Unfortunately, on March 23, 2005, at 1:20 p.m., the BP Texas City Refinery suffered one of the worst industrial disasters in recent U.S. history, that is Texas City Refinery explosion. Explosion and fires killed 50 people and injured another 180, alarmed the community and resulted in financial losses exceeding $1.5 billion. The incident occurred during the startup of an isomerization 1 unit when a refinery splitter tower was overfilled. Pressure relief devices opened, resulting in a flammable liquid geyser from a blow-down stack that was not equipped with a flare. So the objective of this project is to give an overview about the incident that happened, the casualties and injured workers in the workplace, and the effect after the incident happened. Besides, the report also wants to suggest the way that can improve the safety and health of the workers at workplace.
My name is Nur Aida binti Jamaldin with matrix number AA200397. So I'm going to talk about the method of this study. This case study is about the explosion which occurred in Texas. This study used a qualitative approach based on the case study journal paper Texas City Refinery Disaster Accident and Prevention Report, which was published in April 23, 2015. This case study likewise employed the observation technique, with all data being sourced by a website such as Wikipedia. The journal paper contains detailed information about the accident, including accident description, accident sequence, Texas Refinery City explosion history, risk analysis, and other details. All material regarding the act was obtained from the lecturers, PowerPoint, and other internet websites.
My name is Kamli Salom and my matric card number is AA201130. From this report, we found out that on March 23, 2005, about 1:20 p.m., the BP Texas City Refinery experienced the worst industrial disaster. 3 human factor concerns had a role in the disaster. There were several factors that contributed to this explosion, including a lack of human resource training and competence, procedural deviation, and a weak safety culture. In general, the Texas City Refinery explosion may be considered as an extreme accident. In terms of major impact, 15 fatalities and 180 injuries have been reported, the financial losses exceeding $1.5 billion.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very great day to Miss Shahira. My name is Nur Amira Shahada binti Zaidi. metric number AA200269. So for this video, I'm going to explain about the recommendation of our report. First of all, the management of safety must provide effective leadership and establish appropriate goals for process safety, both with the policies they adopt and the actions they take. For the second recommendation, the workers also must be trained well because they need to find out the way they could manage health and safety better in accident and reduce the number of victims. So for the third recommendation, make sure employees have the right tools and have regular equipment inspections because the right tools and equipment create a better product and a safer work environment. Besides, machine malfunctions are one of the most dangerous workplace hazards. Furthermore, BP commissioned an independent panel to investigate the safety culture and management system at BP North America. And the last one is, important contributions have been made in both areas, which is to understand the human and organizational contributions to accident causation, and in better modeling and assessing various risk scenarios in a multi-stakeholder context. So that's all for the recommendation part.